Water. So what I ended up doing is during school, I happened to work. I was going through that program. It's a 2-year program, very good program because they teach you everything about cars. Might be a little different now with EVs and hybrids and all that stuff. Damn, but how my journey began is I was going to school. During school, I was working at Costco part-time, and then I was working at Cadillac part-time. Well, I was working at Costco part-time, and across the street a tattoo shop opened up. One of my good buddies from high school asked me, do you know anywhere to get a tattoo? Because of this guy, Daniel.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
There you go. And I took him in to the shop, and what we ended up doing is he ended up adding something to an existing tattoo he had, and the tattoo shop happened to be across the street from Costco. So after I went with him, he got the tattoo, and then I met the owner, and it used to be called Tattoo Angels. That's the tattoo shop. Unfortunately, the guy that was teaching me passed away, so it sucks, because, it's like, that's where I got my start. So his name was Rafa, kind of like an OG gangster guy, had a big mustache, and, it was a cool shop, very clean, very organized. And so anyways, after work, when I get out of work at Costco, I would see the lights on, and I would just go talk to him, go say what's up, and start talking to him, and engaging, and then every so often I would just stop by and say what's up. So over time, I guess when I went to visit him or stop by the shop, some guy wanted to get a Raider tattoo. And so he goes, okay, you want to get a tattoo? All right. And then I was like, gonna leave. As soon as I was gonna leave, this is where my life just pivoted. As soon as I was gonna dip out, he ended up saying, hey, why don't you come here? I'll teach you how to set up and clean up. And I was like, set up for a tattoo. And then I was like, oh, okay. And I believe in signs. I believe in signs of the universe. I believe things happen for a reason. And at the same time, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go with it and see what happens. So he takes me to the back. We ended up setting up, shows me how to set up the needles properly, how to have a clean station, and taught me about cross contamination. And then he ended up doing the tattoo, and I took it as a sign. And I'm like, huh. And every time I see something, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try this. I was going to the automotive school, had a couple friends there that are interested in getting tatted. And another guy at Costco, he was like, well, let me be your first tattoo. So I said, all right, So I ended up, I took it as a chance, got my taxes, I did my taxes, I ended up getting a good return, and I invested in myself. And I decided to buy my tattoo equipment. I went up to him and I told him, like, hey, what equipment do I need? What products do I need? What what do I have to do to get started? Like, what kit would he recommend me to start with? And then he gave me the machines. He ended up ordering one specific machine because you have to own a shop or work at a shop in order to get that tattoo machine. And he ended up doing that for me. And we ordered it, and I got all the stuff, and I said, okay, this is it. I'm gonna do this. And my buddy Jason, he worked at Costco. He goes, you know what? I'll let you tattoo me. He had a lot of messed up tattoos already. Boss tattoos. I don't know what happened to this dude because I haven't seen him in a while or heard from him. But anyways, I ended up doing his tattoo. And I remember when I first did it, oh man, I was so nervous as F. And I wanted to stop midway. But something told me, keep pushing through, because the guys at Costco are gonna talk shit. Excuse my language. They're gonna talk, the guys. You shoot the stuff around. Bust each other's balls. So what I ended up doing is I just went through with it, and it didn't turn out that bad. It was actually pretty good. It was one of my sketches. He was bleeding a lot for sure, and yeah, that was pretty gnarly. But we got through it. I did a tat. It wasn't too bad. What transpired from that is I started tattooing. Then people from Costco started asking me, "Hey, you do tattoos?" However, I said, I'm not good. I'm not professional. Like, I'm not that great yet, but I like doing it. So he was like, that's cool. I just want to get something small. And I'm like, all right, man, I'm letting you know, these are my first tattoos. I'm not going to be the best or the greatest yet. And they were fine with it. And, so, do small little tats. And then when I started doing small tats, oh man, how time flew. Time flew so quick. I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Like I remember when I would work at Cadillac or I worked at Costco, I was always looking at the clock. I was always like, oh, man, 3 more hours, 2 more hours. But then when I was tattooing, I never looked at the clock. I was super engaged, super focused, and I was like, dude, this is awesome. Like I enjoy this. And then I started telling my friends, hey man, like when I get better, let me fix your tattoo, which I have on a couple. My buddy Chuck, we did his leg, we did some weird design on his leg, and we ended up covering it with something better, so that's pretty cool. But this is like the story is that I started getting more rapport, more tattoos, and I freaking loved it. Like I love it. I was like, I want to do another one. I got to do another one. And I got hooked, man. And that's pretty much how it's been balled. And then time went by, and I was calculating all that. So I ended up quitting Costco because I was making money tattooing. And then when I graduated from the school, I was working full time at Cadillac. So I had 2 jobs. I went from 3 jobs to 2 jobs because I was working Cadillac, going to school for Cadillac, working at Costco, and tattooing on my spare time. And it was just very draining. So I had to let go of one of them. So I ended up quitting.
I quit my job, man. I will not see you Monday.
Costco. Actually, funny story with Costco. I'll just tell you right now, real quick. Some lady get me I forgot her name, Eileen, I think. She was one of the managers, and she told me, "Oh, you're here for a year, huh?" And I'm like, yeah." She's like, "Well, that means if you're here over a year, you're gonna be a lifer." And I said, "Nah, I don't think so." So I thought about what she said. The next day, I quit. I was like, "Yep, I already got Cadillac, graduated. I'm tattooing. Really don't need Costco." And I felt like it would kind of just take away from me focusing on the tattooing aspect of it. So I decided to quit. And after I quit, I was like, okay, I quit Costco. So now I could work at Cadillac during the day, then tattoo at night. And I started calculating, like, shit, man. Like, I remember every 2 weeks I would get a check for $800. And I was like, damn. And then I would do like 5-6 tattoos a week, and I would make more than that a week. I'd make kind of close to $1,000 a week. But see, I was making good money. But see, at the time, I was in my 20s. Stupid decisions. When you make that kind of money, you just you don't know about stocks. You don't know about bonds. You're not really structured with money. And that's for another topic, for another story, another day. So then, yeah, I just got into tattooing, and eventually got to the point where it's like the '08 crash happened, '09, and people were losing their jobs. A lot of my friends that dealership were getting laid off, and I decided to like, if I get laid off, I'll get unemployment, and I'll still be tattooing, because a lot of the people I tattooed were really young, so they had no bills, no nothing, no mortgages or anything. Everyone just wants to get tattooed. So I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna take a chance, I'm gonna take a risk, and they didn't lay me off, so I quit. And then now I was like, okay, now there's no cushion, now there's no support, you're on your own. Like, this is it. This is that was the biggest risk of my life, quitting Cadillac, because had I not quit Cadillac, like it was, I feel like I wouldn't have done other stuff like paint. I probably wouldn't have got into painting. I probably wouldn't have learned what I needed to learn about business. And don't get me wrong, there's always setbacks. There's a lot of setbacks in life. There's a lot of like in the past, I wasn't structured. I was very unorganized, and I had to change that. And once I changed that, I changed myself. I invested in myself, And the point is yeah, that was like sink or swim, man. Like for real, like sink or swim. Um, and I took initiative, and I was like, I gotta do what I gotta do. And your mindset is like hustle mode, man. Like, yeah, wow, I'm just reflecting on it. I just had an epiphany the other day, and I started reflecting on how far I've gotten, you know. And even though I'm not like the most famous artist in the world or something like that, you know, it's like I look at like you know, I was driving my truck the other day. I have a nice Ram truck, you know, and I just realized, dude, like my craft, my skills, my art is actually paying for this truck, you know, or you know, just buying my food, you know. And that's crazy to me because I would never, if I go like back in the day when I was a kid, I would never think to myself that my art actually pays for stuff, you know. And I'm gonna keep going with this. I'm gonna keep running with it. I'm gonna keep developing. I'm gonna keep learning these YouTube videos, learning. I'm very structured in business now. Now I know about stocks, bonds. I know about, you know, the Vanguard. You know how to invest long term, and you know how to save money, pay yourself first. How to leave money for your taxes, money to go out, and money for bills. You know, I'm very structured, and it's crazy how like everything has transpired. So I wanted to share that with you guys. I know it's just a self-reflect moment that I wanted to share with you guys. Maybe you guys are going through your own struggles, your own, you know, you guys are trying to, you know, do a YouTube channel, start a new job that you're happy about, or you know, start your own business, you know, and you know, create those freedoms. And you know, we only live once. You only have one life, and that's it. And when you realize you have that one life, you don't want to wait till you're 80 and think like what could have been or what you could have done. You know, take a risk, invest in yourself, take a risk, have fun, you know, and just you know, there's always discipline. You got to discipline yourself. And yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. And hopefully this video helps you guys or inspires you in some way. And yeah, so you guys have a good one. Hope you enjoyed this video of self-reflection and going with me to get water, because we need water. All right, guys. You guys have a good one. See you on the next.